Hi there, YouTube. If you can throw me some subscribes below, some likes, but the best thing you could do is throw me a few comments and tell me how we can work on these videos and make them even better. Well, I had an issue the other day with my Alexa multi-room music setup. So the issue is that I had purchased a new Echo smart speaker, the first gen Echo, and I already have a few dots and things around the house. They're all connected to one Wi-Fi router, and they're all in one Wi-Fi group for multi-room music called Everywhere. Now, I had an issue though, and that is where when I go to my devices, and I go here to my Everywhere multi-room music setup, it will show my kitchen, living room, all my other speakers here. However, it doesn't show my office, which is the new one. The projector I understand because I actually don't want that set up. It's on a different network. It's not supposed to work. However, office and all of these other speakers, they're on the same Wi-Fi router. And for reference for this video, I'm going to call them router A. So I was a bit confused, especially since if I uncheck all of these other, I'm allowed to click office. So if I click it, then all the other ones don't work again. And I'm a little concerned why. I don't really know why. Especially because, with the projector, I can sync that one, then unsync it. It just confused me in general. So I went on the internet, looked around in a few forums, and this is important because if my solution doesn't help you, maybe one of these that I'm about to mention might. First one I saw was, make sure you're not using a guest network. I'm not, so that was easy to cross off the list. Next up, make sure you're all on 2.4 gigahertz, not 5. I thought, well, this shouldn't be a huge issue except for interference, but still, I'll double check. Nope, none of them were, and it wasn't the issue. I then saw that some people said that you needed the most up-to-date firmware. Well, that's actually not the issue. And I actually left one of my speakers outdated to show that they can still work with it if anybody needed. They don't need to be up to date on the firmware. They can still all work together just fine. So at this point I was a little confused. Well, what do I do? Well, the solution that I came across was you're going to delete your actual group for multi-room music. Just delete the whole group. Once you get your group deleted, you're going to go over to your actual devices now. You're going to go to all devices, and you're going to go to your device that you're having the issue with, and one of them that are working. So for me, my gym, kitchen, all those were able to sync just fine. So I'll go to the gym, and you're going to go to change your Wi-Fi network. Now, I just used a old router that I had lying around, but you can get one very cheap wherever. It's really no issue, or even just use the hotspot on your phone temporarily. All you need to do is sync it with another router and then sync it back. It's just for a split moment. So if a hotspot on your phone would work just fine, anything would work. Probably even just resetting the device itself so it didn't have a router at all. Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know. Either way, this worked for me. So I went here. I changed this from, I'll call it router A or Wi-Fi full thumb, and I changed it to router B. I then went to the other speaker here, Office, which if you'll see is on the same one, router A, and I changed that one also to router B. I'm not going to show that in this video because it just takes too long to click change, go through this whole setup process, unsync and resync all my speakers through setup. But basically, you're just going to follow through this, hit your continues and follow through the setup. We'll go back onto the app here. But once you get that set up, so they're both on another Wi-Fi network, you'll go down to devices, click plus, add a multi-room music speaker, and you're going to set it up with the two that you just changed to the other router. So if I were to click continue, it would show router B associated speakers. And those ones will connect and not connect. So I guess, for example, I'll just call this one dining room. I'll delete this group after. And I'll use just the projector as the one so I can show you the example. So the projector's on a different router. It's always going to be that way for me personally because I have it just what I have. It's in my basement. It's just how it's set up. But the kitchen would be the new device on router B, and projector or whatever else would be the other associated device. So these devices would still show that every other device is unavailable when I click them. That's what I want. But what I'm going to do is I'll create the group with a few here. And once the group's defined, I can save that. And I'm just creating this group just temporarily. I just want those two speakers that I have on my own group together. So once they're set up, I will go in and I'll delete that music group again. So now what you've done is you've assigned them to a group, then removed the group. And this is the part that is kind of tedious, but you will then have to go in and change the speakers that you had changed to the new router back to your original router. So then they're all on the same Wi-Fi name and you have no existing multi-room music groups currently. So that way when your devices that you're syncing back with it go back to that group, they will all be equal and not have a music group. If none of them then have a music group, you should be able to go in, add your multi-room music setup, and have it set up the way you want. So it will show all of your stuff playing and syncing together as you want it, just how mine shows currently. I have office, kitchen, living room, bathroom, and bedroom, and gym all synced up. So if you're having this issue, I hope this solved it. Let me know if it didn't. Maybe I'll be able to help you below. I'm not sure if I will. I'm not the best, but I know a few things. So we'll see what we can do. Either way, I hope you have a wonderful day below. And the subscribe and the likes, they help a lot more than you can imagine. But even more so, as I said, some comments telling me what I can work on. Thank you and have a good one.